Hey, Jay Clark here. We're going to help you beginner tire changers out there right now. We're going to give you some good pro tips, also how not to scratch rims at the same time. What I've got here is a brand new wheel build. This is an older stock hub. It's a 2015 Yamaha hub for my buddy Rado, Dirt and Iron. And this hub's been Cerakoted. Cypher Coatings helped us with that. So we rebuilt it. We got Pro X bearings. We're able to rebuild the hub. Then we get brand new spokes and rim from Nackstar, helped us out with those. So we were able to get those. And then we got our Pro X sprocket and Pro X rotor on here. And Specbolt has hardware for us. So this is a really nice build of a wheel all set up. We do 2 laps of Gorilla Tape around here. It's really a good thick tape, not like a regular cheap duct tape. So this will be good for a long time. I'll even heat it up and get it really pushed down onto the rim. And then Motion Pro has the good rubber coated rim locks that we like. So we have the Motion Pro rim locks on here, and this is an 18-inch wheel. An 18-inch rear wheel is a little bit easier than a 19-inch, so it will help you. So it's a little bit easier if you're doing off-road bikes. You have an 18-inch wheel, and that's the size. So with an 18-inch rear wheel, you have a little bit taller sidewall. So it's gonna be the tire's a similar diameter as a 19, but you have more sidewall, so it's more flexy. I actually like an 18 in most conditions, even on the track. But for Supercross guys, a lot of the bikes, that's what pushed the bikes to 19-inch that we see today. So we have our wheel all built, and everything's organized really nicely. We've cut holes in the tape so we can install our tube ready to put our new tire on. For this tire change, we have the brand new AT82 Enduro type tire from Dunlop for this bike. So we're gonna start, I put my little bit of body weight on here. Well, I have a lot of body weight, but I'm gonna put that in here and I'm gonna spin the powder all the way around. Just like that. That powder helps the tube and the tire from kind of sticking together and helps them, it'll help even prevent pinch flats so that everything can move nicely between the two. A nice heavy duty tube like this Dunlop one work really well. It's got good quality rubber, easy to work with, and easier to install than a lot of other ones out there. Once we have the tube placed like this, and we're going to air it up and let it fill the entire tire. I'm going to push the tube all the way in. I'm going to pull it out a little bit. This is where I'm going to work with it. And there's too much air in there right now. So I have a cool little tool. This tool is available from Napa. And we have links to these in our Amazon links. You can look on there to see this, or email us if you have any questions. Also, the tire stand is critical. I failed to mention that earlier, but having a good tire stand to work on with a base where I can put my feet on here and I can use my thigh to help me, you'll see as I install, it's a really big help. If you're watching this video and you're using a bucket or if you're on the ground, it's probably not going to be a huge help to you. You need to be on a stand, a good stand, like something similar to this. Okay, I'm going to let the air out. But you got a good tire stand and then some good tools. I've had guys ask us to make a video without the proper tools. And I just said, hey, we can do it the right way. That's what we're going to show. So unfortunately, I'm not going to show you how to do it, what do they call it? Backyard mechanic way or shade tree, whatever. We're going to show you the correct way. So a good tire paste helps a ton. Don't use anything oily like a WD-40 or anything like that because your tire can slip. Also, a lot of things can dry too quick, like sprays, like a glass cleaner or things like that. So I like to use a good tire paste. This one's from Pro Buds. He's a moto guy, and also there's other ones to use. If you email us, we have links to all that stuff. And then when you're wiping it, you want to kind of get it in here too, not just on that lip, but in the inside as well. So get that all in there really nice. This tire is directional, and it can go it's bi-directional, so it can go this way or this way. We're going to put this scoopy side. I'm going to use this one first, so right now it's in the correct direction for that. Now this tire change is a good one for a lot of guys who have wheels set up like this where the rim lock is opposite. A lot of our videos, the rim lock is right next to the valve stem, just a little bit away. So in this video, the rim lock is opposite the valve stem, which makes this is good for a lot of guys with Yamahas, Hondas, the KTM bikes, and I think the Kawasaki's all have the rim lock and the valve stem close together. So it's a little bit easier, I'd say. This is a little bit more, it adds a step. So I'll show you how to do that right now. But we got the tube in the tire, and I got the nut on there, and I'm push forward with my body, and I'm kind of about 60 60% on here, and I got my body resting against the tire, and I'm lifting with my left hand. Now, lifting with my left hand is kind of crucial to getting under the tire so I don't scratch the rim. Okay, so now we're all the way on, except at this rim lock spot. So we'll show you how we do that. We're gonna flip it over. You're gonna be able to see it right here. Now at this point, I get my spoons in here. I'm gonna walk it on kind of like this. And I get like right here, and I can push the rim lock up, down in here like that. Now let me wipe really quick. You can see so far there's no scratches in the rim on this side. See that? We've done this before, and people go, oh, there's a scratch at the 345 mark, and it's like just tire paste or who knows what they're seeing. So flip it back over. Now, at this point, I like to get right to the rim lock here, lift up my leg, and make sure this tube is on top of the rim lock, which it wasn't. So I have to lift up, get that tube there. Now we're ready to go. I'm gonna start right next to the valve stem. So I'll be ending right before the valve stem when I come around. A bead buddy is really helpful like this, and good spoons from Motion Pro. I like to tell guys to have at least 2, if not 3. 3 is really helpful on dismounting a lot of times. So at this point, I'm gonna position my tire, stand a little bit different here, because my foot is going on here, and I'm lifting up with my thigh, pushing down like that, just like that. And when I get to the rim lock, I'm gonna push that with my finger. It's gonna go like that. I'm keeping my left hand down. Now I'm gonna come over here and knock it off the bead. I'm gonna put my leg under here again, just like that. And I'm not gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna be like, of what's left, I'm gonna be about a third or so, and I can knock it down and pull the bead buddy out. Now, anybody knows we've had guys comment that I'm using fake or stunt tires. So this is a real tire. Saw the label come right off. But it is an 18-inch. I will admit that 18-inch. Okay, so 18-inch is a little easier. When you get to this point right here, you can pull your valve stem up a little bit if it's stuck. This one was stuck in a little bit. I just pulled it up while our compressor was running. Having a good compressor is really helpful, to have a good amount of air, helping you bead up the tire. So I like to come around this thing first to make sure I'm fully beaded before I tighten up the rim lock. So I'm gonna flip it over. Now I'm gonna check this side. And I'm cleaning off the tire paste at the same time. Now our wheels are a little nicer that we want to, these are for a project build with Rado, and so we want to keep these looking really nice. At the rim lock here, I'm going to snug this up. Just good and snug, just like that right there, right, Rado? Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to set tire pressure. This isn't going to get ridden for a little bit, so we're going to leave it probably a little high. And it's really important that you have the nut against the cap like this. You don't want to have this nut against the rim, so it allows room for the valve stem to be able to move around. If it does slip, it won't tear it off. All right, so that's a wrap. So the big thing is take your time, go slow. We've had a lot of guys who have watched our videos and just will pause, take their time, use those steps, and that should help you out a lot when you're going to install your wheel. I don't know if we showed the final no scratches. We didn't make a big deal about the no scratches, but no scratches, right, Rado?
No scratches.
All right, so no scratches.
I confirm, no scratches.
Right. So no scratches, which is nice. A lot of guys will make fun of us. They go, if you're worried about scratches, you're not for moto, which I agree with, because once your wheel's used, and if I have an older wheel, I'm a little bit more aggressive and will go a little faster because I don't really care if there's a little scratch. So that happens on the older bikes, but on the new ones, we want to keep them looking nice, so that's why we talk about it here. And a lot of guys, they spend a bunch of money on something like this. They want to be careful and have it last looking nicer longer, so that really helps. So anyway, hopefully that helps you out in your tips. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. You can check out all of our links in the description. We have lots of info to help you out. Thanks a lot, and thanks for Rado for helping out. And remember, whatever you do,
stay motivated.